In one corner, Ismet Minaz, a former title challenger hungry for redemption. In the other, Bichet, a fearless brawler looking to make a statement. We'll dive deep into their stats, fighting styles, and the keys to victory for each man. And of course, we'll talk betting odds and give our prediction on who we think will have their hand raised when the dust settles. Let's start with Ismet Minaz. Fighting out of England by way of Turkey, Minaz is a striker with a well-rounded background. Don't let the lack of gloves fool you. This man has skill to go with his toughness. In fact, Ismet has competed in kickboxing at a high level. He once won a full 5 rounds in a championship K1 bout back in 2016, which tells us he's got endurance and a solid technical base. At approximately 5 feet 11 inches tall with a mid-70s kilo weight, he's an athletic and rangy fighter. Minaz's strengths are his technique and cardio. He's been trained to strike efficiently. You'll notice a sharp jab, straight punches, and smart setups from him. He's also used to pacing himself for longer fights thanks to that kickboxing experience. If this fight goes into later rounds, Minaz could have the edge in conditioning. However, there are some question marks for Minaz. For one, ring rust. His last bare-knuckle fight was in August 2021, a BKB world title fight in London, where things didn't go his way. He was up against one of the best, Barry Jones, and got caught cold in the very first round. Barry landed a bomb that knocked the traveling Turk out on his feet, handing Minaz a quick defeat. It was a tough loss but also a huge learning experience. After a few years away, how will Minaz respond? Has he tightened up his defense? Will he be gun-shy, or more determined than ever? Those are the big questions. Expect Ismet Minaz to come in with a smart game plan. He knows the sting of getting knocked out, and he'll want to avoid running into another haymaker. Look for Minaz to use his jab and footwork to keep Bichet at distance, at least early on. He'll aim to let Bichet swing wild and gas out if he can't land the knockout. Minaz absolutely has the tools to win this. If he fights disciplined, uses straight punches, and maybe targets cuts. Remember, in bare-knuckle even a small cut can end a fight. He could pick Bichet apart. The key for Minaz: survive the early rounds and drag this fight into deep waters. Across the ring will be the man known as Paris, Bichet. If Minaz is the technician, Bichet is the berserker. And I say that with admiration. Bichet is a born fighter who has made a name for himself in some of Europe's toughest bare-knuckle arenas. He's fought in Poland's notorious Gromda Fight Club, where there's no ropes and no room to hide. He's thrown down in British rings as well, even stepping up on short notice to face a top contender in the UK. This guy fears no one. Bichet's record in sanctioned bare-knuckle bouts is around 1 win and 1 loss. In Gromda 13, he went toe-to-toe with a Polish slugger known as Weasel, and it was a slugfest. Bichet had a strong start, pushing the pace, and showed he can dish out punishment. But he eventually got caught in the 3rd round and the fight was stopped. What did we learn? Paul can both take a hit and deliver one. He fought until literally he could not continue, proving his warrior spirit. Standing around 5 feet 10 inches to 6 feet 0 inches and weighing roughly 77 to 80 kilograms, 170 to 176 pounds. In bare-knuckle shape, Bichet is a stout, strong guy. He's got a stocky build, bald head often, and tattoos, the look of a brawler, and he fights like one. Paul's biggest strength is power. He swings with bad intentions. Overhand rights, big left hooks. If Bichet connects clean, he can put almost anyone down. He fights with a high level of aggression and confidence. As one fight promoter put it, Paul is a warrior on the European scene, having fought bare-knuckle on the infamous Polish Gromda Fight Club. That tells you his reputation. He's known for exciting fights and toughness. One thing you'll notice about Bichet: he doesn't back up. From the opening bell, he will march forward. He'll try to make this a brawl, plain and simple. He doesn't want a technical duel with Minaz. He wants a phone booth fight, forehead to forehead, swing until someone drops. This approach can overwhelm more technical fighters if the brawler lands his shots. Betting odds and prediction. Alright, let's talk odds and predictions. As of now, formal betting odds for this fight aren't widely posted. Bare-knuckle isn't on every sportsbook. But let's speculate. If I were an oddsmaker, I might install Bichet as a slight favorite. Why? Recency and power. Bichet has been in the ring more often lately and has that one-punch knockout potential. Many bettors love a power puncher, and Bichet fits the bill. However, this is by no means a lopsided matchup. In fact, it's razor thin. Minaz supporters could find a lot of value if he's the underdog, because he has a very real path to victory. Box smart and let the older brawler tire out. So who am I picking? Drum roll. Asterisk, sound of drum roll. Asterisk. This is a tough one to call, folks. It might just come down to who lands first. After weighing everything, my prediction is Paul Paris, Bichet by TKO, possibly around the 3rd or 4th round. I suspect Bichet's aggression will lead to some wild exchanges early, and somewhere in those exchanges he'll land that big shot to either drop Minaz or cut him badly. I won't be shocked if Minaz boxes smart and drags it out, in which case, he could win a decision or even a late stoppage if Bichet fades. But my gut says Bichet's pressure will be the decisive factor. If you enjoyed this deep dive and you're as excited as we are for fight night, smash that like button. Subscribe to our channel for more fight breakdowns and betting tips on the hottest matchups. And hey, let us know in the comments. Who are you picking to win? Are you Team Minaz or Team Bichet? Any particular bets catching your eye? We want to hear your thoughts.